Only number on fire. 567 for November the 16th. I said I would make manifest 567 straight. Congratulations, Mr. JT Money. You always have always, I'm telling you, you've always shown me that your listening skills are always in tune. You're very, very good at listening because you're hitting multiple drawings each day. That's how you do it right there, ladies and gentlemen. 750. I guaranteed I could manifest 750 straight between the dates 11/16 and 11/23. That was the same day prediction. You got your 8341 number one big money pattern. I told you I could make it manifest. Ladies and gentlemen, your 286. I promised my number one motherfucking big money pattern would manifest straight. 11/16. I said it would fall on 11/16. Where's the love? Where's the love? Where is the love? Ladies and gentlemen, I got a beautiful wife upstairs. I can go right upstairs and just chill out, lay down next to her. I'm showing you the big money patterns that you're going to see across all 50 states and abroad. Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, 528, I promised to manifest 528 straight. Don't read anything into my predictions. Don't leave anything out. Ladies and gentlemen, 011. Ladies and gentlemen, I triple dollar sign 011. I told you I could make this happen. As you can see, boom, boom, boom. I also guarantee you can see, ladies and gentlemen, look, triple dollar signs means that I promise to manifest. This was for New York. For you New Yorkers. 3719. Ladies and gentlemen, if you pay close attention to everything that you're reading, you will see that I am not playing any games. I told you, I don't have to do a rundown. The numbers run right to me. If you got to do a rundown, you're doing something in a negative way that you got to run a number down to get a possible win. Energy, frequency, and vibration is telling me that guess what? I can promise the very last number you see, a strategic formula that I developed to meet the deadline date. Again, don't read anything into it. Don't leave anything out. I'm telling you that this can be done by a 5-year-old. Triple dollar signs will do exactly what I say they will do. Ladies and gentlemen, look at this. 784, ladies and gentlemen, would you look at that right there? 784, straight. Ladies and gentlemen, you can see I wasn't playing around. Promised my number one big money pattern. Deadline met. You better stop playing with me, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not the one. I am not the one. Ladies and gentlemen, 799. These are big money patterns. Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, I promised my only big money pattern on fire would manifest straight today. There it is in writing. Texas for Texas. I recommend VIP, all my VIP. If you are listening to me, I recommend that you run the 7. 7 times 2, 14. But if you can't run the 7, run the top number ones or just run the fire. If you do that, you will do swell and well. This is for investment purposes only. I'm not playing. If you invest, I'm giving you my best. I'm going above and beyond my call of duty to manifest these numbers straight for those who will listen. If you're listening and winning, you're doing a very good job. There's a few of you that are listening and winning. Ladies and gentlemen, take a look at that 0926. Ladies and gentlemen, I promised my VIP, they understand my lingo, my very last number you see. I could manifest that number first today with proof. It's in writing. 1114 to 1121. I guaranteed you would see this in Texas. Ladies and gentlemen, 877. Boom, boom, boom. I promised my only big money pattern on fire would manifest today. Boom, boom, boom. Ladies and gentlemen, 633. I told you 633 was going to just keep falling over and over and over and over and over again. 16 hours is all it took for me to manifest straight today. Ladies and gentlemen, 2 states before, 2 states after. If you don't understand it, you better go back and watch some of my lives. It'll explain it. You got 7191, one of my favorites. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Triple dollar sign. Top 5 numbers. If you come to me and you want to get information from me, I need information from you. You need to tell me to win, Mr. Bascomb. I will focus on your top 5 4 digits, which I know that you promise the first 2 big money patterns, the fire and the triple dollar signs, will manifest between the dates that you say that they will manifest. I also understand, understand that you also guarantee the number 3 and the number 4 number. If you can't tell me that, your money is no good to me. I'm probably one of the most wealthiest men on this plane of existence. If you can see what I am doing right here, right now, you should know that I have a supernatural gift. And it's all inside of every last one of you. That's why you're here right now. That's why you're giving me hearts right now, because it is synergistically resonating with you. Some of you have even told me, hey, I can feel that too. I can see that too. I can hear that too. Energy, frequency, and vibration. If you're not paying attention, I'm telling you, you gotta stop looking at the TV. Kendrick Lamar told you best. Turn the TV off. 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 He said it enough as a mantra. It should have sunk in so you can win, but you keep watching that TV. You keep picking the genre that you want to be programmed with. I'm here to give you that option to reprogram yourself. As you can see, supernatural intelligence is way better than AI. Boom, boom, boom. 254, ladies and gentlemen, triple dollar sign. I promised I could manifest that big money pattern between 1112 and 1119. Ladies and gentlemen, I went a step further. As you can see, straight manifested for today, ladies and gentlemen. 137, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, 137, energy, frequency, vibration. That confirms the big money patterns will manifest straight. Ain't nobody listening, no. Number one motherfucking big money pattern. I'm telling you right now, ladies and gentlemen, I use the word motherfuck to take out the construct that you've already been programmed with. So when I use that word, it is to reprogram you, because you're going to be saying to yourself at some point, why am I motherfucking not listening to him? He's telling me the number one motherfucking number. Why am I still going outside of what he's telling me? Why? He's telling me to go with the fire. Why am I not going with the fire? I got people that only play my fire. And when I say play, I really mean invest. Ladies and gentlemen, 9073, check me out, check me out. 1228 did not lie to me. I tell you the truth. And I tell you the truth. This is why I get banned. This is why I get suspended. Because I spit nothing but the motherfucking truth. I'm telling you, to win, you focus on my top 4 digits, which I promise. Do you hear me? How many people you know can fucking promise that a number will fucking manifest? I'm using all of the fucking energy in me to do this. 9073. Manifest straight. Y'all better leave me motherfucking alone. Y'all see this right here. 881. Ladies and gentlemen, you see it right there. Look, promised. The very last number you see would manifest first today. But ain't nobody listening. Over and over and over again. Straight. Boom, boom, boom. You can see it for yourself over and over and over again. I'm going to give you the same motherfucking number. Why? My numbers don't lie. And you don't even have to bet. All you got to do is invest. $500. 500. That's confirmed. Jesus, congratulations. JT Money, congratulations. You're very good listeners. Ladies and gentlemen, when I tell you that a number will fall and you don't believe me, you don't receive me. Do you hear me? I'm telling you, I know a little something about numerology. I'm telling you, I know a lot about energy, frequency, and vibration. I don't know shit about the lottery, but they cheat. I know that for sure. I know they turn the TV off and they turn it back on when they don't want you to hit what you were supposed to get. They do that. You know why. You know why. It's rigged. So here you got the genie out the bottle. I'm here to show you that all you need to do is invest in the top 2. Once you do that, you can graduate and add the fire, or you can go number one in fire, or you can graduate and go number one, number two. You can go the first best alternate, which is always a triple dollar sign. That means that I motherfucking promise that it's going to happen. I promise you it's going to happen. I've already won. Do you hear me? I've already won. If I tell you that I've already seen it happen and I already won with it and you don't believe me, you don't receive me. That's just that. It's just that motherfucking simple. You can't do this on a regular basis and tell me that it's luck. I can kick luck in the motherfucking face, in the ass. I can whip luck ass all up and down the motherfucking street. I am not lucky. I go for what I know, and what I know is the truth. And that's why they keep banning me, suspending me. But y'all not getting it though. So eventually they will totally keep me out of the loop. And guess what? That's when I'll probably be the happiest, because then my phone won't ring. Then I won't get so many emails. Then I won't get so many people demanding shit from me when I'm already commanding the universe to manifest the number one, the number two, the fire, and the triple dollar signs for you. I got people winning over $10,000 daily following my simple winning instructions. So again, when I tell you that these numbers are not lying and you don't believe me, something is clearly wrong. But if you can follow simple winning instructions, and when I tell you that you can follow simple winning instructions, guess what your first instruction is? Before you even go to dynamicpredictions.onrender.com, you need to email me. When you email me, we're going to have a conversation. Let me tell you how that conversation is going to go. You're going to tell me, Mr. Bascomb, look, I'm ready to sit at the winner's table. I understand to win, I need to focus on your top 5 3 digits and 4 digits, which I know that you promise the first 2 3 digits and 4 digits. Okay? And you also know that the triple dollar signs and fire are your next promise numbers. You also know that the number 3 and the number 4 numbers, number 3, number 4, 705, 479. Those are your number 3 and number 4 numbers. They all have a position. Remember, this is for investment purposes only. If you had $1,000, let's say you just took your paycheck and you wanted to make that paycheck triple, quadruple, or get 10 times, 20 times, 100 times back, all you would have to do is go in and do exactly what I instruct you to do. That's what this is made for. This is not made for nickel and diming. If you have anywhere from 500 to, I would say, 1,000, that would get 500 would get you at least the drawing and a half with all of the numbers that I am telling you about. 1,000 would get you every 3 digit, every 4 digit, and you would be able to invest in those 7 states, and you would be able to invest in those for at least 2 to 3 drawings. You will see money stacking up in your account, and I am not bullshitting. I show you all the time. I show you every single day. Members winning 2, 3, 4, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 15,000. Okay, so again, and that's new members. That's new members. Eventually, I am going to have a cutoff because managing, multiple clients is becoming, just a little bit, just a little too much, because I do leave my phone line open. I have a business phone. For those of you who call me from the website, I am a real entity, okay? And I will speak to you. I will give you insight. So again, when I tell you that this stuff is real and you don't believe me, something is definitely wrong with you. Okay? You just stumbled across a gold mine and you know what? You just lost it. You just lost it. And as you can see, I'm getting better and better, as Cardi B would say. You can't get this kind of shit. You can't get this type of information from those lottery books. You can't. You can't. If you could, you wouldn't be here listening to me. You wouldn't be here tapping your screen, giving me hearts. So again, when we are collectively looking at what I am forecasting, once you see 742 and 098 are the top two numbers that I promise, that's the first thing that should sink in. He promised me that these numbers would fall. When did he say that they would fall? Between 1117 and 1124. Okay? He said he'd run it in my state or you can run it in those 7 states. It's up to you, but it will fall. So again, when you see these numbers, and I do have a very, very large group at the moment, larger than what I expected it to be. And every day I got 2 or 3 people joining. I'm still waiting for about 2 or 3 people that have already, picked a package. I'm waiting on them to click the link. So here's the thing about this. You're getting the best of 2 worlds. Here, you're getting what's on my mind. This is what's on my mind, okay? You don't get nothing taken out. Everything you see here is on my mind. On the website, you get nothing but what's promised. You get nothing but the guaranteed. And I will throw in some very strong black sheep numbers. These are underdog numbers that very few people will be playing or investing in. This is the one good thing about day trading number combinations. When you're day trading number combinations, you're not playing the lottery. You hear what I'm saying? You're not playing the lottery at this point, especially when you know what's going to happen. How do you know? You're following my winning instructions. I've been doing this for years. I can go back for 7 years. I know 7+ years online. You can see that I've been doing this and giving nothing but accurate results all day, every day. Again, I produce results. These are people who are listening to me, following my winning instructions. Congratulations, members. And as you can see, 815, guaranteed top 3 big money patterns would manifest. You got 3254. Ladies and gentlemen, guaranteed the number 3, specifically 2354. You see it right there. So again, when I tell you that these numbers are going to make their way here and you don't believe me, and I'm telling you, it's going to go all around the world, same song. We are on a plane of existence. This is not a plane T. They added a T to plane and called it a motherfucking planet. You can't keep believing everything that they tell you. Remember, education was for animals. Look it up. Education, the etymology of education is educare, which was intended for the training of motherfucking animals. Are you a animal? I don't think so. So again, when I tell you what I'm telling you, I'm only trying to wake you up. When I wake you up, that's up to you to run with that information that's inside of you. Because inside of you, you don't know. I'm telling you, what's inside of you is bigger than what you could ever expect in a million years. So when we start thinking about this God in the sky, it's actually the God in you. But deception has come in and put an illusion that there's some type of sky daddy and he killed his motherfucking son to save you from doing all kinds of dirty, nasty shit, basically. So when you start believing that, you take yourself out of the realm of knowing who you truly are. Because at this point, you become the prey. At this point, you have been taught to pray. That's a stealing of your energy. I don't care how you take it, how you see it, how you hear it. Once it sets in, once you realize that you've been bamboozled, as they would say, you think about it. Think about the book itself. Think about your ancestors that they call evil. So what about when their ancestors die? Their ancestors turn into evil too? I'll wait. I'll wait. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, you are from a infinite source. That means that your finite body will perish here, but your energy, it will carry on. And when it carries on, it's going to carry on just in the state that you left it in. You don't leave one body and step into another body and be something exuberantly better than what you were. You either stay at the same grade or you get degraded, you get downgraded because you didn't take advantage of the uploads. You didn't take advantage of the downloads. You didn't listen to your ancestors. They weren't evil. Wait a minute. How were your ancestors evil if they died so you could live? How? I'll wait. I'll wait. Ladies and gentlemen, again and again and again and again, these numbers are not lying. Energy, frequency, and vibration will tell you the truth every single time. You get it. I use the analogy when somebody come over your house and steal from you, you already know that that person is a thief. So the next time they come around, if you welcome them back into your home or wherever you keep your personal items that can be stolen by this thief, shame on you. A snake can only strike you if it's close to you. A snake can't get you from across the street. Be careful who you hang around. If you hang around 9 crackheads, I guarantee you're going to be the 10th crackhead. You hang around 9 millionaires, I can guarantee you're stretching your way right into the red carpet to becoming the next millionaire. For 9 millionaires just to have you in their company, that tells you something about your energy. That's the only way that that would happen. Do you hear what I'm saying? People know when they know you know about money or you're about money. Some people don't even look at you with a dollar sign. Some people look at you and say, you know what? You have a wealth of wisdom. You have a wealth of power. It don't even have nothing to do with the money. Money is just a thought. It's just a thought. It's currency. If you think you're broke, you will be broke. When you think that you're rich, if you think that you're wealthy, guess what? You just set the catalyst, the nucleus for it to start exploding. And once it starts exploding, you're going to see abundance coming from all directions. But until you set your mind on these current positive affirmations, when you set your mind on getting rid of things that do you no good, when I say getting rid of things, I'm talking about objects, I'm talking about people. You hear what I'm saying now? I'm talking about clothing. Some of you don't even know that your clothing is stealing your energy. Some of you think that you look good in black because it make you look small, but you're not looking at the material. Okay? Look at the material. Everything resonates at a frequency. Everything vibrates at a frequency. Everything carries some type of energy, and you can feel that energy. I'm feeling it in my hands right now. In this right hand, I am feeling a extra amount of energy. So again, when I tell you that these numbers are not lying, you have to know that the energy, frequency, and vibration is telling you the truth. Forget about me. Just remember that the truth will always stand out, and the truth hurts. That's why they keep banning me. That's why they keep suspending me. I'm not telling people to play numbers. I'm telling them that it is for investment purposes only, informational purposes only. I say that all throughout the live, and then they ban me, they suspend me. So again, if I'm telling you the truth and you're not listening, something is definitely wrong. And I just want you to listen, because once you start listening, you're going to see how easy it is. You will see how easy it is if you just go back and check out about 3 to 5 of my videos. You'll see I'm saying the same thing over and over and over again. And I'm almost never wrong. I'm going to see everybody at the winner's table no matter what. I love you all. Abundant prosperity in health and in wealth to everyone who follows me and believes in the hard work that you see me accomplishing every single day. And I will not fail.